on tariffs for China. What's good, everybody? Let's go. Y'all ready? Pull up. What's good, everybody? And oh, that's right. Open up those pores, open up those pores, open up those pores, because I'm happy for sun, happy for rain, happy for joy. I'm happy for pain. It's a beautiful day, yay, yay, yay. It's a beautiful day, yay, yay, yay. What's up, y'all? It's April the 28th. That's right, y'all, 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Happy to see you guys up in the building another day. Good morning, Rebecca. First one that tapped in. I'm so happy to see y'all this morning. Y'all have no idea how happy I'm. Just so happy to see you guys. Had a great evening. I'm going to be honest with you. I got too much in the clip this morning. That means I'm going to have to get right to work, because we will be here all day. Yesterday was phenomenal. I got to be honest with you. But y'all don't even have any idea about the follow-ups that we had happen. So many follow-ups. So much new breaking stories that I'm just gonna get right into it. I want to see who's here. Good morning from Gonzalez. Thank you for having that glove. Thank you so much. We got Andrew up in the building from Albuquerque. That's right, New Mexico in the building. We got Batty Lynn. Dun, 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 dun. Always checking in from Detroit. Yes, we got some information and news from Detroit today. So we got something for you, Batty Lynn. We also got Kyle C. What else? What's that? What? Everybody that's here under the sound of my voice, I hope you guys had a fantastic day, because you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you so much. Like I said, we got a lot to get into. There's too much in the clip. We will be here all day, but I'm going to make sure that I get to you guys' comments, because without your comments, we would have no show. And a no show is a no-go. That's right, y'all. Get up, get up. It's time to go. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Thank you for all the love. I see you. Thank you, everybody that's here. So let's, without any further ado, let's get into these titles. Woo, what we got here? Let's go. We got Trump says he may ease up on China tariffs. As you know, Trump and Xi Jinping have been butting heads for the last couple of weeks. But guess what? Xi has tried to say that they weren't negotiating, but proof is in the pudding. They actually have been negotiating. So that means that China has already lifted tariffs on certain products, as well as we are too. So that's a great thing. Looking forward to good things happening in that and our lead story. And now we're going to keep on moving forward, because we have to keep on going. We have cartel scouts sites dismantled in Mexico and the United States joint effort. Okay, that's cartel scout sites dismantled in a Mexico and United States joint effort. That means Mexico side and the United States side decided to get rid of all of the sites, areas where the scouts were looking out, seeing if they see any border patrol coming through. Well, guess what? There's no more scout sites. They blew them up yesterday. Going to show you guys the footage and everything from that. We're going to keep on going, because last but not least, in our heading here, we have the Department of Homeland Security has warnings for activist judges. As you know, a few days ago, 2 judges have been arrested for going against Department of Homeland Security's wishes as far as getting illegal immigrants out and deporting them. We had a judge the other day who basically obstructed the Department of Homeland Services from not being able to ascertain this person. She brought him in the back, tried to cover him up and everything. Next thing you know, guess what happened to her? Yep. Excuse me, watch your head. Yes, she had to take the ride of shame. I hope she's a very noble person. I think she just stands up for what she wants to be, and that's no problem. But guess what? When you keep on doing stuff like that, you're going to get those silver bracelets, and they're one size fits all. Don't want to be going off track today. Thank you for, who else we got up in the building? We got Kyle C. We got a lot to cover, you guys. So without any further ado, I want to get into my top story this morning, which is Trump says he had a beautiful meeting with the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, when they went to the Vatican to see the Pope off and give him prayer because the Pope is no longer with us. So when they went to the Vatican, the president of Ukraine was there as well. The president said they had a phenomenal meeting. We're going to get right into that. Plus more. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. What does the president have to say about this meeting that they had at the Vatican? Let's go, you guys. Good morning. And remember, when you're chiming in, you got to let me know where you're chiming in from, because I like to make sure that we have content from where you're at. Let's keep it going, you guys. Let's go. Good morning.
He is. I wanted to race him, but I decided not to do it. What is your message to Vladimir Putin after your meeting with Vladimir Zelensky, and how did that meeting go? I think the meeting went well. We'll see what happens over the next few days. We'll probably learn a lot. I was very disappointed that missiles were flying by Russia. That missiles were flying. Very disappointing. We'll see how it goes. On the Iran situation, I think we're doing very well. I think the deal's going to be made there. It's going to happen. Pretty sure it's going to happen. We'll have something without having to start dropping bombs all over. Do you trust President Putin? Say it again. Do you trust President Putin? I'll let you know in about 2 weeks. You've been very nice at the meeting the other night. I was very proud of you. They had your picture up, everything. Very proud of you. I said, I know him. Look at that. It was just good. We have a tough road ahead, okay? And we had a good meeting. It was a nice meeting. It was a beautiful meeting, I'll tell you. It's the nicest office I've ever seen. It was a beautiful team. But he was very, he wants to do something good for his country. I think he's doing a good job and working hard. We'll see what happens. It's a very complicated idea. He told me that he needs more weapons, but he's just saying.
He said Zelensky told him he needs more weapons, but he's been saying that since the last time they were here.
More weapons, and we're going to see what happens. I want to see what happens with respect to Russia. Because Russia has been surprised and disappointed. Very disappointed that they did the bombing of those places.
So now Zelensky probably made a smart move by cooling everything down with President Trump. Because now that Putin is striking and really going at Ukraine, President Trump was not considering giving them weapons now. Now it seems like he's actually considering selling Ukraine some more missiles because of Russia not actually holding solid to their promise of peace.
After this guy. Yeah, I will. Well, he did, very briefly, but Crimea was given away by Barack Hussein Obama and by Biden. That's 11 or 12 years ago. That's a long time ago. I don't know how you could bring up Crimea, because that's been a long time. Nobody brought it up for 12 years, and now they bring it up now. So I told them, you could maybe go back to Obama, ask him why they gave it up. They gave it up without a shot being fired, by the way. Well, I want him to stop shooting, sit down, and sign a deal. We have the confines of the deal, I believe, and I want him to sign it and be done with it and just go back to life. Well, I have a lot of things I can do. I'm not looking to do it, and I have a lot of strength. I know we built the United States up. I think we're more respected now as a country making than ever before. There's no more games. You have somebody that knows what he's doing, not like the previous person who didn't have a clue. So, I'm just, I want to end that. I want to end the Iran situation if we can. And we have other things too. We got
All right, y'all. Y'all see where it's at. Vladimir Putin, you're gonna have to stop what you're doing right now, because he's about to start helping out Ukraine with them boom booms, and y'all already know what that does. It's gonna basically make this war last longer. I wish that this war does not. But what we got to do right now is keep on going, you guys, because yesterday there was a club where they was having a nice party, and they was like, doing their thing up in the club. And they was doing all types of stuff that they wasn't supposed to be doing in the club. They was all types of and all this stuff up in the club, right? And guess what? And all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Homeland Security. 114 illegal immigrants arrested and facing deportation after the DEA, Federal Bureau of Investigation, busted a nightclub that was illegally selling D-rugs, and they had a lot of S workers up in there doing their thing. Check this out, you guys. We on it. We on top of it. Anybody in the Denver area, I need y'all to step to the front of the congregation, please.
A major DEA operation at an underground nightclub in Colorado Springs leads to the arrest of more than 100 people who federal officials say entered the U.S. illegally. Officials say drug trafficking and prostitution were happening inside that club. Video from the DEA posted to their X page shows the moment when officers arrive and people from the club start to panic and flee. Fox 31's Aaliyah Sims has more on this story tonight. Aaliyah?
Yeah, Kim, this has been a long-term investigation by the Drug Enforcement Administration and a number of federal partners. Now, federal officials did undercover work, and they conducted surveillance for months to identify what was going on here. More than 300 law enforcement officers assisted in the operation led by the DEA Rocky Mountains Field Division.
We seized quite a number of guns. And took a number of people into custody. As a result of this operation is that Colorado Springs is waking up to a safer community today.
DEA Rocky Mountain Field Division Special Agent in Charge Jonathan Pullen says significant drug trafficking, prostitution, and crimes of violence were happening inside the nightclub located near Airport Road and South Academy Boulevard. Officials made entry just before 4 this morning. ICE, one of the agencies a part of that operation, taking dozens of people into custody.
So as you may suspect, when the cops showed up at the door, most of the drugs hit the floor. And we did find cocaine. It looks like some pink cocaine or the Tusi. We had over 100 illegal aliens inside as well, and those over 100 illegal aliens were taken into custody by ICE.
Pullen says more than a dozen active service members were in the club during the operation, and they were involved in...
By the way, there were more than a dozen active service members in there too. Military service workers. Keep it going, y'all.
Some of the crimes, either as patrons or working as armed security.
Yeah, it's obviously concerning to have active duty military involved. We're working with our partners at Army CID on that piece. Obviously, where we are here in the Springs, there's a lot of military bases here, so it's not necessarily surprising, but we're going to take that very seriously.
Federal officials say the nightclub was frequented by Trinidad Aragua, MS-13, and Hells Angels, but they could not confirm if any members were involved in the arrest.
The message is we're not going to stand for this criminality in our city.
And earlier this year, the DEA raided what they called a makeshift nightclub in Adams County. At that time, more than 40 people who they say were in the country illegally were arrested.
You got some hips. Now let's keep on moving. Okay, now what we're going to do over here is we're going to keep it going right now, because the same situation is happening right now, and I want you guys to get really serious right now, because this situation is nothing but serious. I'm talking about very serious. We're talking about 5 illegal immigrants who were arrested for kidnapping a 14-year-old little girl. And guess what? Boom! Police caught them, got them, all of them. Where are we going? Deported. 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 Let's go. Let's get these guys. Let's wrap them up. We're going to keep these stories going because it's very important and very serious. 5 illegal immigrants arrested for kidnapping a little girl. Let's go.
A father in Indiana reported to police about his missing 14-year-old daughter leaving in a black sports vehicle. When police pinged the girl's phone, it led them all the way to a road in Missouri. Here's what happened next.
Driver! Put your hands out the window! Oh, Jeff! Oh, Jeff! Jeff! Holy smokes! What in the world? Roll the windows down now! All the windows down now! Roll the windows down! Roll the windows down! Roll all your windows down now! Put your hands up! Jeff, dang. I can't see you, Jeff. Roll all your windows down! Jeff, I can't see you. Roll your windows down now! Roll them down! Roll them down now! Roll them down! Roll them down! Every single one of them! Hands up! Everybody hands up! Everybody hands up! Who's in the back? Okay. All right. Everybody keep their hands up. Hear me? Okay. Well, I'm Trooper Sapp. We're doing an investigative stop, okay? Anybody got ID? Are you? How old are you? You're 14? Okay. All right. Don't anybody move. Jeff, do you got them? Okay. Start opening the door. Got ID? Give me ID. ID. ID.
Now watch when they start getting
Put
them
your
up out
hands
of
up.
there, y'all.
Hands. Thank you. How about you, sir? Your driver. Okay. You have a driver's license?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more ID. Yeah,
Y'all
ID.
do me a favor. Y'all
You got
appreciate
it?
the content.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull her
Let's
out.
go ahead and move this.
Okay. You're gonna need to come out and open that seat up.
Watch this.
Yep.
Do me a favor. If y'all appreciate the content, we've been up very early to make sure that we get good information and good stuff to source for you guys. Double tap that screen. That lets other people get over here and see this content as well. Come into the content comments right after this clip. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
No. Nope. Step out, miss. 212 Macon. We've got her. I don't know if we need to just go ahead and start putting the handcuffs on people. I don't know where John's at. Hey, Jeff? I think we need to start putting handcuffs on people right now. And I've only got one on me. I think we need to start handcuffing everybody. And I don't know where John went. Step out. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Step out. Put your hands behind your back. See?
Now that we know they got the 14-year-old, this is a 10-minute clip. We're going to get to the interrogation. Let's go. I'm on point with this. Yes, we rocking and shocking, y'all. Let's go. We are not playing. We're going to get to it. Let's go.
Here. I'm probably going to need some help. I'm probably going to need a lot of help. There's 5 Hispanic. She's with them. I got her. She's safe. She says they have not harmed her. Okay, I'm going to step out. I can use my... You're okay. Cause do you realize your family or their family? Where are they from? I mean, you're going to be in trouble with your parents. But you're not under arrest or anything. Girl. I'm going to guess at some point your parents are going to want to talk to you. Do you have your phone with you? Yeah. Have they been trying to call you?
Yeah.
You want to call them while we're sitting here and I'll talk to them?
They don't speak English.
No. Where are they from?
Guatemala.
So the situation is your parents have called. I guess they saw you had left with these guys. So did they hurt you at all?
No, they've been good to me.
Yeah. Why were you going to California with them?
To save him.
Your family or their family?
Not my family.
Your family.
So now she leaving her state to go to a whole nother state, and her parents don't know where she going. She going to California to see some of her family. She 14 years old. Remember that, y'all.
But your parents, do they know any of these gentlemen?
No, but I told them that I wanted to go to save him later.
Do you realize you're 14, you're still a kid?
Yeah.
And if you were my kid, I would be mad, crazy, upset, worried about you.
and I'm sure they are too, don't you think?
All right, now interrogation, because I know y'all was going to get mad at me for not giving y'all that content. Let's go to the interrogation real quick, because we got so much in the clip. You guys had to see this, because this is how it can happen. You guys had to see this. So bear with me.
Is that right?
Hello, my name is David, your Spanish interpreter. I am 12867, and I'm happy that
She has an interpreter on the phone explaining and asking him.
With you.
Why?
Porque vamos a trabajar a Arkansas. El brother. Porque vamos a trabajar a Arkansas y el brother me dijo que la llevara y que en Arkansas.
They were going to work in Arkansas, and his brother told him to pick her up and take her to go work with them.
Did you know she was 14 years old?
No, yo no sabía que tenía 14 porque el brother me dijo que tenía.
Brother never told me she was 14. They said she was 19.
Yes, the brother did.
Is one of those gentlemen her brother?
No.
Who is her brother?
Uno que me llamó por teléfono. No sé si.
Who's her brother? Oh, he called me on the phone. It's coming together now, y'all. He called me on the phone and told me to take her with us. He don't know where the brother's
Do you
at.
have children?
I have a daughter. She'll be turning 21 in August.
Does that little girl,
Does that
look
little
close to your
girl
daughter's age?
close to your daughter's age? He
How
said
old
no.
do you think she looks?
19 or 17?
The people de Guatemala son small guys.
People in Guatemala usually small, he said.
Do you
All right,
understand
let's speed
you're
it up
being arrested for kidnapping?
and let's get
and they just
Kidnapping on the
Yo iba a trabajar y yo por hacer favor al hermano de llevársela para Arkansas.
5 suspect with a possible kidnapping on a 14-year-old female?
yes.
Okay.
We've interviewed a few of them, and none of them know who she is, and they just picked her up to take her to work out, and they've been saying Kansas and California is kind of the places they've been talking about, and they thought that she was 19. One of them said they're going to go out to California to work, the state of California, and then the rest of them is saying Kansas out to work. I don't know what kind of work they're doing out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just makes sense to their mind. That's all.
You're right.
That's all I hear with that.
yeah.
A father in Indiana reported to police about his missing 14-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I think it was very important for us to see that. I know a lot of people was like, what's Bugatti showing right now? What's going on? We just showed somebody probably get their lives saved by the police that pulled them over. What y'all got to say about that? Come on, let's go, y'all. Oh, yeah, this is scary. Those guys are grown, and even if she wanted to go, young minds are so vulnerable, and who knows what would have happened. Thank you. There you go, right on point. What's his squad? Good man. There you go. How's it going, everyone? What's up, VIP? Dom says maybe they're good guys. Maybe they know the family. Okay, yeah, right. Liberty says, love the suit, professional looking. Keep going at what you're doing, brother. Thank you so much. Brittany, I want to hear the young lady speak. She actually did, if you heard that. Tricky One says, and a nice suit. Something criminal going on? Yeah, it was. Y'all already seen that. Can't comment says, too bad, Tricky. You're the reason you're broke, not the TVs. Okay, we're going to keep on going because now they found the person that stole Kristi Noem's purse. And guess who it was? An illegal migrant. Come on, y'all, let's go. I got work to do. I ain't playing this morning. I don't know what y'all doing, but your boy Bugatti up. Y'all got to keep on letting me know where y'all chiming in from because we got the deck stacked so crazy. It's not even funny this morning. Let's go.
Come back in here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. We're learning more information right now about the theft of a purse and some $3,000 in cash from DHS Secretary Kristi Noem on Easter Sunday. I want to put up a post from her talking about the individual that was arrested, believed to be an illegal immigrant. And you can see on social media saying, thank you to the Secret Service and ICE and our law enforcement partners for arresting the criminal who stole my bag on Easter Sunday as I shared a meal with my family at a Washington, D.C. restaurant. The individual is a career criminal who has been in our country illegally for years. Unfortunately, so many families in this country have been made victims by crime, and that's why President Trump is working every single day to make America safe and get these criminal aliens off our street. Of course, it was According to her, a Chilean national was previously busted for a similar scheme in London. Mario Bustamante Leiva, a 49-year-old, was arrested on Saturday after he allegedly made off with that luxury shoulder bag. Also, a post from Ed Martin, the U.S. attorney there in the District of Columbia, saying this repeat offender will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, quote unquote. No one is above the law. And the New York Post also gathering a mugshot for the individual, saying an illegal migrant accused of snatching Kristi Noem's Gucci bag identified as a serial criminal from Chile. So we're following the very latest here on this on Live and Now from Fox as Metropolitan Police and the U.S. Secret Service caught the suspect. They're still in search of a second suspect in connection with the incident. The two men are in the U.S. without authorization, and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is now involved.
And now they got
born in the 70s.
And now y'all know they got locked up. They won't let them out. They won't let them out. They got locked up. They won't let them out. No. Yeah, they going to Yale. Not the one with a Y, but the one with a J. I'm trying to say it so they understand what I'm talking about. Y'all appreciate this content and what y'all seeing. Double tap that screen. We ain't nowhere near the middle of our show today. Keep on going because the federal judge just got arrested for letting out one of these people. She was trying to be shifty. You know what I'm saying? Instead of her letting them out right through the well, she took them in the back like they were going to lock him up and let him out the side door. Department of Homeland Security and the FBI found out about it, and she got locked up. They gonna let her out, but she got to go through a lot to get out. I'm going to show you guys right now what's going on with this situation, because, yeah, she decided she wanted to be shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Come on, FBI.
Allegations and court documents, Judge Hannah Dugan helped Eduardo Flores Ruiz evade immigration agents waiting outside her courtroom. Flores Ruiz was accused of domestic battery. He was also undocumented. The complaint says the judge was heard calling the agent's arrival absurd and escorted Flores Ruiz through a jury door to avoid his arrest. Flores Ruiz was apprehended a short time later. Dugan was taken into custody this morning. Attorney General Pam Bondi said no one is above the law.
You cannot obstruct a criminal case, and really, shame on her. It was a domestic violence case of all cases, and she's protecting a criminal defendant over victims of crime.
We spoke with Border Czar Tom Homan before the arrest was announced. He and the Trump administration have been complaining about judicial interference of deportations.
We got a lot of, in my opinion, some radical judges who are trying to stop what we're doing. Then you got, NGOs out there, and you got congressional representatives like AOC and the rest of the squad saying they're going to educate people to their constitutional rights. I'm not opening the door.
What's wrong with that?
Because we all know it's about evading arrest. Don't open your door and ICE comes to your door. You have an order of deportation issued by a federal judge. If you and I ignore that order, we'd be in jail. But
okay, I want to know what you guys have to say. I'm back in the comments over here. Doe Barnes says, nice setup. Okay, D Barnes got the sound system and all. There we go, JT. How about we no, let's keep on going. You're going to stay on topic right here. We're going to stay on topic today. She will get a slap on the wrist and told to keep her and told to keep her down. Mark, you're totally right. I agree. Katney says, dual citizenship here, Canada and the USA. I got some stuff for you today. Stay with us. We got some Vancouver news, and you are gonna be the wrong side of history, sir. Okay, Casey says, look at that grin. Yeah, you saw that, right? Yes. What else, y'all? You right. They gonna let her out. They sure are gonna let her out. Tricky One says she will get a slap on the wrist. Yeah, I believe you guys too. JT, what's this nonsense? Race baiting? What else you got over here? What else we got, y'all? Rhode Island says I can format this for you. Okay, so hit me up and help me out. I need help too, guys. I need help.
you got members of Congress out there saying, you don't have to open the door for ICE. They need more. You don't have to talk to ICE. It's just, and we all know what the end game is. The end game is, yeah, you can call it educating to a constitutional right. Don't disagree. But we all know what the end game is. Evade arrest.
Evade arrest. That's right. Wanted to get the rest of that out. Let Tom say what he had to say. Because now we're going to holler at your boy right here. Because now Luigi Mangione, yeah, they're trying to give him the needle or the bzz They're really serious about Luigi right now. He stuns the court and he pleads not guilty of these federal charges. You guys know who Luigi Mangione is. He is the alleged pow killer of the CEO of United Healthcare. Right now, he's being looked at very hard because of the fact that it's time for the case to come up. They already made him an offer, I think so, but he actually decided to move forward and then plead not guilty. So check this out, guys. Actually, I don't think that they gave him an offer. Let me fix that. They're actually trying to get the death penalty. So check this out, you guys.
Mangione's not guilty plea comes as U.S. prosecutors formally filed their intent to seek the death penalty in this case. Here with the Reed criminal defense attorney, Brian Claypool. Brian, good to see you on this Saturday. Thank you for being here. So we're waiting to hear from the defense on this. They're going to argue against the death penalty in this federal case. Where do you see this going?
Hey, Alicia, always great to be with you. Yeah, I've got news for Mangione's lawyer. This isn't a political stunt. This is called moral dignity. Pam Bondi has every right under the law to seek the death penalty in this case. It falls flat under the law where he allegedly used a firearm to murder somebody else. And then another reason why Bondi's going forward with the death penalty is because what you just showed on the screen, that what Mangione was saying, he's trying to break down the entire health industry. And that's another aggravating factor why Bondi's bringing the death penalty. And bad news for Mangione again is he had a short window of opportunity, Alicia, where he could have gone with a defense of diminished capacity, right? You mentioned that he was having issues with his back. He was depressed. He could have argued that, and then maybe he's got a better shot at not getting the death penalty. But this guy has gone forward. His lawyers have made him seem lucid, and I don't think they're going to win trying to throw out the death penalty.
So let's bring this back just to the trial itself. There's a state and a federal trial. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. That's the way things work here. There is also an incredible amount of evidence here, videos, images, a journal. What's the defense's play here?
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, Alicia, that's exactly what I was talking about. Their play in this case, if I was representing Mangione, I would have argued diminished capacity. What does that mean? If you have a mental health issue that really defeats your ability in your mind to carry out the intent to kill someone. It's used a lot in murder trials where defendants have mental health issues. If I repped him, I would have put him right away when he was arrested. I would have had him see a psychiatrist, go on a 30-day hold, be interviewed by a psychiatrist, and then use that defense. Hey, look, I had this injury. I couldn't get better. I didn't want to live anymore. That's why I did this. His lawyers didn't do that. So I think the only defense they're banking on here is sympathy. And they're going to try to get a couple of rogue jurors, like you just heard somebody say, he didn't do it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you've got shell casings that match his gun, and you've got videotape as well.
All right, you guys, I know we got a lot of people that support Luigi Mangione. He's already made up to $450,000 for his defense, and that's just from supporters. You guys know he don't even need the money. Not necessarily don't need the money, but his family's pretty well off. I want to know what you guys are thinking about it. We stacked a lot of information. I'm about to come to the comments to see what you guys have to say. Everybody up under the sound of my voice, if you're still here after 5 minutes, that means you like the content. Do me a favor, let's show it by double tapping that screen, and let's show the moderators and everybody in here that supports the show to get more people over here. Let's go. I'm in the comments. Come on. Cold-Blooded says VIP auction group. Chad C says JK. Luigi, what's that? Thug Nasty says free Luigi. Taj Mabal says crazy name too, Taj. What else you got? We got Bois says if he was Jewish, they will definitely let him go and definitely reward him $1 million. Ooh, Thug Nasty says modern day Robin Hood. What else we got? Chad C says Catholic Jesus or Mormon Jesus. I like my Jesus as a baller. Okay, that's yours, Chad. Mark says some folks see him as a seeker of justice for the masses. Brittany C says, yep, criminal. Patricia says, accept Jesus. Thug Nasty, our CEO was the example. What we got? We got Jesus is king. Okay, or someone, what else we got? Okay, Chill House says, is this point of this show to highlight crimes commented by a certain group of people? No, it's not. It's about updating you on what's going on, as well as news, politics, and so much more. It just happens that sadly, a lot of crime is happening all around the country, and it brings us to that because it actually has to do with politics as well. We're talking about health care here. We're talking about the insurance systems. It's not just about the crime. There's other things that are related. We also come here so that we can put comments in the comment section so that we can have a sense of community, so that you're not just looking at a bunch of clips without any dialogue. You can watch your own clips, of course, but then you won't have the comments or people to hear what you have to say about them. That's what our bottom line is about, and that's why we do it every single day. Appreciate everybody under the sound of my voice. Do me a favor, if you appreciate the content, all you got to do is double tap that screen 2 times. What that does is get more people over here and gets more awareness for the hottest show in the 6 o'clock hour. Our bottom line. Yeah. Check this out now. We got to get to some more headings because like I told you earlier, we got so much in the clip. Now we're going to get to President Trump as he's thinking about easing up the tariffs on China. And that's going to be a good thing. That shows that we have negotiations going on in a positive manner. Also, I'm going to follow up with this on what China's doing as a result of this positiveness going on. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
President Trump could soon roll back some of his harsh tariffs on China as long as Beijing matches. The White House is reportedly discussing plans to do that. Fox's Mike Emanuel reports.
Stocks soared Wednesday on news that President Trump may ease his hardline position on tariffs. Tuesday, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told investors he expected a de-escalation of the U.S.-China trade war in the near future, saying both countries ramping up tariffs higher and higher was unsustainable. Wednesday, he emphasized the need for a reset on the global trade market.
America first does not mean America alone. To the contrary, it is a call for deeper collaboration and mutual respect among trade partners.
The Wall Street Journal reports the administration is considering cutting its tariffs on China substantially, in some cases by more than half. The White House has not reported any direct talks with Beijing. The president today seemed to strike a softer tone while insisting the negotiation is ongoing.
Are you talking to them actively now? Actively. Everything's active. Everybody wants to be a part of what we're doing. They know that they can't get away with it any longer, but they're still going to do fine.
Secretary Bessent has reportedly been pushing Trump in private to take his foot off the gas when it comes to tariffs, as markets tumbled and business owners worry about uncertainty and price increases.
Yeah, but guess what happened on the other side of that? What is China doing as retaliatory? I think it's a good thing, because now we got the answers to what's going on over there. I'm going to have to just really dive into this for you guys so that you can really see what's happening, because it's not just about the tariffs. It's about the way China utilizes certain things to play against the United States. This had to happen. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
He has to, though, keep members of Congress happy, at the very least. Xi doesn't have to do that, does he? I mean, he is an iron-fisted leader in China, so doesn't he have the ability to be, I don't know, more aggressive than President Trump?
I think that he once did when he was accumulating power from everybody else. But right now, he has near total accountability for what's gone wrong in China. And also, there is a lot of infighting at the top of the Communist Party, especially in the Chinese military, where it seems that his adversaries have now got the upper hand. But also there's civilian infighting as well. And, yes, Donald Trump has all sorts of election deadlines, like 2 years from now in the midterms, but Xi Jinping has an election every day. And because there are no rules in that system, he can lose power at any day. So I suspect that every morning that he wakes up and he feels his fingers and his toes, I think he's pretty happy.
So don't think that we're the only ones that's feeling this. They said that the higher ups, his adversaries, are starting to come at him, as well as people. That's right. Because I want you guys, when you get off of this, because most of the clips that I've been watching, they're too long to segment, where there's people in China walking around these factories talking about, this is what's really going on. Don't listen to Xi. We broke out here. I don't even know. I've been looking for a job for two weeks. Can't find nothing. Constant, repetitive, women, men, constantly these last 2 months. Matter of fact, since January, since it started, This has been a real problem for the Chinese people because those are the people that work in the factories that need their pay. When the factories break down, the people can't get paid and they can't pay their bills. So now they're coming at them too. And they don't even care anymore. They're like, you know what? Throw us in jail. Kill us. Because we already broke. We don't see no future here. I want you guys to look up those videos on YouTube and see what people are really saying in China. It's not what he's making it look like. I really do not like this person right here because it's very slick and a very sinister person.
So China is making allowances for some U.S. products to be imported without tariffs, right? Does that suggest that they are finding that it's not so easy to block U.S. products?
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's not just that they're reducing tariffs. You know, for instance, President Trump reduced tariffs on electronic goods coming in from China. What China has done, which we learned from both the Reuters and the Financial Times reporting yesterday, is that there are no tariffs on certain categories of U.S. goods. So, for instance, aviation parts, some semiconductors, medical devices, medicines, industrial chemicals, things that China can't get elsewhere. And they're just coming into China tariff-free.
But the Chinese official statistics are that their economy grew 5.5% in the first quarter of this year. It suggests that things are pretty rosy there.
I like this.
Yeah, 5.4%. But when we're seeing underlying indicators, John, so for instance, price information from February and December, it shows that China is in a deflationary spiral. That's inconsistent with any notion of robust growth. Also, an official Chinese statistics showed that tax receipts declined 5.3% in the first quarter. That is certainly inconsistent with any sort of sense of above 5% growth. So I think the Chinese economy is contracting. And if it's not contracting, John, it's going to be contracting soon because deflation always kills economic growth.
Boom.
Well, isn't the danger that, you know, if things get worse in China, and they've already got a real estate crisis, among other things, the things that you mentioned, if things get worse, isn't there a danger that they lash out at the outside world, maybe Taiwan, as a way of, you know...
They've already been doing that. They already raised their flag in certain countries. And not only that, they've already... he's going to say, he said that he thinks that the United States should tell Boeing to stop giving them supplies for their airplanes, and that will ground them. Very smart and strategic thing. I'm all for whatever we can do to make us get better. So if you want to tell Boeing, hey, don't give China no more parts for their planes, good, let's ground them until we get what we need. Y'all might think I'm wrong or whatever like this, but I'm tired of the tariffs. I'm tired of me and you paying extra money for all this extra crap that we dealing with out here, and I want it to be over. Call me what you want. I'm in the comments. What y'all got to say? VIP says, Zeno, you don't need to throw insults. What you got? Patricia says, accept Jesus. Zeno says, LOL. Okay, so we're going to get Zeno up out of here. Bang! Because once you start playing with people like VIP Auction Group, I ain't got no time to play with you. Me and you says, me too. I'm with you, but Trump trying. Yeah, you already out of here. Oh, wait a minute. He got one through, y'all. So let me get that up out of here. Yeah, Zeno up out of here. Ain't got no time to play with him. And whoever's playing around, we getting them up out of here today. Seriously, especially with anybody with a glove, y'all call the shots. Okay, Azil says, looking at America's creative problem and solving it is hilarious. Ooh, exactly, Kelly, says VIP Auction Group. What we got here? Brittany says, oh no, we got to just keep on topic. LMAO, but let's keep on topic. Natalie, good morning. Keep scrolling, but you're hating for no reason. He's no party affiliation. I have no party affiliation. That's exactly right. Lamise 209, whole ass suit in the crib. That's right. There you go. You see, I'm working. This stream is just for you watching the news. Wake up and stop being brainwashed by the propaganda. Okay, you got a chance to say what you wanted to say. Good for you. Bro think he's G.I. Joe. Okay, what else we got? We got Adam. What do you mean by both? Okay, yo, it's Ron Artest. That was a good one. Good try. I'm going to keep on going, you guys, because guess what? Something that we do not need to laugh about. Very serious situation. I was really trying to condense these clips today because I said to myself, boy, you got over 20 clips. How are you gonna get these clips out? You've never done nothing like this before. So I'm over here like, can I get rid of this one? Can I get rid of this one? No, because every one of them are just so important. So that's why they coming in different directions, and that's why they have so much information with them right now. And I'm really trying to knock out and keep up with what you guys have to say in the comments. Also, have to keep up with relevant information that's happening now. Like this situation that's pretty shocking. A scene in Vancouver where many people lost their lives and babies and children were injured. Adults were hurt and killed in this situation. You guys think this funny? Y'all, I want to see where your heart is at. This is serious right here. Vancouver, heard somebody say that they were from Canada. Just the closest I can get, and I'm sad, I hate that I have to bring you a story like this, but I need you guys to go ahead and step to the front, y'all. This is a real serious story right here. Check this out.
Where a car has ploughed into a crowd of revellers at a street festival, killing multiple people and injuring a number of others. A 30-year-old man is tonight in custody, the incident happening on the eve of the Canadian election. And a warning, the footage in this story is confronting.
A community festival crowded with people.
Welcome to Lapu Lapu Day!
This Vancouver street lined with food trucks for a celebration of Filipino history and culture. In moments, it's torn apart.
Oh my gosh!
The horror so recent, music still plays. Survivors do all they can. Those calls soon answered.
Stay back, stay back. Help is here.
Emergency crews on the scene, but overwhelmed. The victims are everywhere.
There's a baby over there.
Forced to focus on those with a chance of survival, the dead are left on the street.
He just ran over, there's 20 dead people.
Oh my God.
The official death toll still unknown. The tragedy comes on the eve of Canada's general election. Politician Jagmeet Singh had been campaigning at the event in the hours before.
I've been thinking about the kids that were just having such an amazing time, the joy, the incredible warmth of the people there, the contrast of the horrible death and destruction that happened at an event like that.
The suspected driver has been taken into custody.
It was a lone male in his 30s. The suspect was known to police.
No confirmation yet if this was an attack or an accident. Regardless, it's left Vancouver shattered. Amber Canine, 9 News.
Yeah, Vancouver, sorry that happened. I don't know. I want to just give a prayer to everybody that was affected by that. And I want to give a strong prayer to all of the family members, whoever lost their lives and whoever a friend of anybody that lost their lives in that. We want to ask this in Jesus' name. I say, you guys, amen. Thank you. Anybody that found that funny, y'all might as well get up out of here because it's not funny at all. Do me a favor, you guys, double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content that we have going on here. Yes, we go from here to here and from there to there. I already told you in the beginning. I told you when it starts. We like this, like that, and some of the stuff, it has me pissed. That's how it goes. We're not going to always like what we see in the news. And it's not my fault for delivering it to you, but we need to let things like that come out so that we can be smart and pay attention when we go out to outings, because you never know if some thunderdunt might want to make a name for herself or do something idiotic like that. Do me a favor, you guys, let's double tap that screen and get more people over here, because now I got to get to this situation with this off-duty police officer who was pow-powed in Queens, yes, in Queens, by an offender who followed him from a nightclub, and they tried to rob him, and they didn't even know that he was a cop. Yeah, they shot at him, and they didn't even know that he was a police officer. Luckily, they got arrested. Let's keep on going, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content that we got going on today, do me a favor, double tap that screen to get more people over here. Let's get this going. I told you, it's a lot going on out there. I got to keep it rolling and showing you guys what's happening.
Details are still coming in, but we do know that officer is expected to survive. Let's get right out to our Kendall Green. He's live in Astoria with more on what else we know at this hour. Kendall.
Hi, good evening, Arthur. As you mentioned, that off-duty officer is expected to be okay after being shot in the left leg early this morning. But we can confirm also that 2 people have already been taken in custody surrounding that shooting. Now, let's get some of the video from earlier today. This area was packed with first responders around 6:30 this morning, following reports of a male shot at 31st Road and 21st Street. NYPD officers arrived here to find one of their own, a 25-year-old off-duty officer with a gunshot wound to the left leg. Now, the mayor confirmed with Fox 5 this morning's incident was an attempted robbery, and that officer was taken to the nearby hospital, expected to recover after he was reportedly ambushed by the 2 men. But the mayor also, he took aim at the duo arrested in connection with the shooting, suggesting they shouldn't have been out on the streets to commit a robbery that resulted in this morning's shooting. Mayor Adams told Fox 5 earlier today that he blames a small number of people for committing dangerous crimes like this across the city.
I think the highlight part of this is that the 2 individuals who were involved, they had an extensive, long record, arrested for almost 10 times. It is just really feeds into what we have been stating. Albany must fix the recidivism problem that we're seeing in the city.
Now, more video shows the arrest of one of the individuals surrounded by members of NYPD's emergency response unit. The 2 men were seen fleeing the scene in a gray Nissan sedan as residents share their concern with their more than 10 arrests before today.
Man, this ain't nothing. It's still going down. We got a situation with road rage going on now. That's why I'm real careful about riding my motorcycle. You guys, if y'all drive motorcycles and y'all get into stuff on the street, let me just tell you, 9 times out of 10, act like the punk. Be the punk. Be the sucker. Be the one that they call, oh, you can't fight. Oh, you walking away. You scared. Yeah, be him. Be him or her. Just be him or her. Because none of this stuff makes sense when it comes down to what can happen with your life. So now we got a situation where this guy was driving in Western New York. It seems as if he might have gotten into it with the motorcycle driver, and they went back and forth. Next thing you know, this truck, drives into the motorcycle and rides him along into the guardrail. Yes, the man is no longer alive. He's trying to say that the motorcycle was driving erratically and it was a mistake. We don't know, and they're still trying to investigate. Yes, it's a lot going on in New York. It's summertime. When it gets hot, a lot of people lose their lives. I have not had a chance to make this speech yet about what's going on every time it gets warm. You guys know better. More people come out, more people acting up, and more situations can possibly happen. I don't be running outside for the first event, for the first situation every time. I'm still cool with being a crew of 1 because it's much safer like that. Because when groups gather, yeah, shit can happen. Keeping it moving right now. I want you guys to see this right here. This is pretty bad.
Say a 64-year-old man has been charged with murder in a North Hills road rage incident. And on Saturday, the victim's friends gathered for a memorial. News 12's Emily Druby has that story.
Friends writing a memorial to a 29-year-old Bronx man who police say was killed during a road rage incident. It happened on the South Service Road of the LIE near New Hyde Park Road Friday afternoon. Police have not yet released the victim's name, but on Saturday afternoon, loved ones gathered to remember him near the scene.
We lost a great friend of a senseless act. It took a great person.
Police say they've charged 64-year-old Brian Knoll with second-degree murder for this incident. According to officials, Knoll was driving his 2022 Ford pickup truck when he and the motorcyclist got into an argument. Police say after some back and forth, Knoll intentionally swerved into the green motorcycle, pinning the 29-year-old motorcyclist against the guardrail. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene.
If somebody is driving aggressively, call us. We'll get officers there as soon as possible. It should never escalate to this point.
Knoll was arraigned on Saturday. He pled not guilty. In a statement, his lawyer told News 12, "This is an unfortunate accident that was caused by a motorcyclist who was operating his motorcycle in the most reckless of ways. He had absolutely no intent to come in contact with this motorcyclist, and it's just a real shame that he is involved in this."
So that's his defense right there, you guys. There's nobody right in the argument, and it's nobody right definitely in the death of this man. It should have definitely, both of them. You never know. You get so angry sometimes that you forget about, common sense. And I always used to find out that every time I got angry and went off of my anger, I always made the wrong assessment. So what I tried to do is always calm down and be like, because you can make your best assessment then, or you think about making it another day. Because stuff like that is terrible. I'm in the comments, y'all. What y'all got to say about this? What y'all got? Just a bad day turned worse. Some people just lose control. Okay, what else you got over here? You got Spartacus says, imagine that beautiful weather makes people go crazy. This world is backwards. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. I do not be chilling outside like that for no reason. Happy Monday, too. I hope you had a good weekend. Thank you, VIP. Kendra says, what's up, VIP? Double tap that screen if you guys appreciate the content. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. More Fire says, he was steal from his own mother. Who's that? Hi, Kendra says VIP. Ryan says road rage on a bike is like playing chicken with a cobra, thinking it ain't gonna bite. Okay, More Fire says don't trust this dude in your house. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get up out of here. Boom! Yeah, you out of here. I'm tired of playing with you. You did that 2 times already. Grand Rising said Kendra Walker. All About Closing says facts. We got to keep on going, you guys. I told you we got a lot in the clip. For everybody that ran off and thought it was, oh my God, whatever, we got something for them, y'all. First of all, we're going to do this right here. Double tap that screen and get more people over here. Forget about the people that ran, because I got some good info. I got some stuff for y'all right now. The Crips. Y'all know this guy named Big U, who, he's trying to get President Trump to intervene in his murder case. Yeah, trying to get President Trump to help him out. Allegedly, this is the person that has something to do with the murder of the late great rapper Nipsey Hussle. I'm saying allegedly on our bottom line. This guy's name is Big U. He's been arrested and placed in federal custody for racketeering and much more. This person right here, right next to Xi Jinping. Check it out, you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on with this situation.
Trying to get his celebrity pals to help him out. Plus, he's making a big ask. Well, a huge...
Every great business starts with 3 simple letters.
I started an LLC. I could have paid 200 grand to go to...
Huge ask. He wants the White House to intervene on his case.
I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. Big U has remained in federal custody since he turned himself in earlier this month. Now, the feds claim he's running a mafia-like organization, but in a nearly 30-page brief written to the court, federal prosecutors outline everything he's been up to since he's been in lockup. And they were listening to him allegedly come up with this whole elaborate plan.
For years, Eugene Henley, better known as Big U, likely thought he was untouchable until a sprawling indictment came down accusing him of being the head of a racketeering enterprise. Plus, he's accused of kidnapping and murder and scamming some very high-profile celebs.
I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to... I don't even know what to say.
Big U does claim he's innocent, and that this is a whole big misunderstanding. Plus, he pleaded not guilty to his charges. And like most defendants, he wanted to be given bail so he can fight his case from the outside. But in a 26-page document, which even had a table of contents, federal prosecutors outlined every single reason why a judge shouldn't grant him bail. Literally on page 1, federal prosecutors come out swinging. They wrote, quote, for decades, defendant Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U, has put on a public facade masquerading as a reformed gang member and legitimate businessman whose only ambition was to better his community. But defendant wasn't helping Crenshaw. He was helping himself. In the shadows, defendant was secretly operating as kingpin of a criminal enterprise that has ruled Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation. Now he seeks pretrial release under the guise of his reformed persona, even though his criminal activities have included murder, extortion, robbery, wire fraud, bank fraud, and human trafficking. They're asking the court to keep him in custody for the safety of the community. In the filing, they wrote, quote, even in his short time in custody, he is up to his old tricks, once again trying to use some of those same celebrities for his personal gain. He has even suggested that he can manipulate the President of the United States into intervening in the case and dropping the charges, even as he simultaneously derisively refers to the president as the orange man while in custody.
All right, y'all. So that's what's going on. And why did you bring that up? Why are you telling this story? Why? Because it's current news, and then it also has a bit of politics in it. Do you really think that he's going to get the president to help him What you talking about, Big U? What you talking about, Willis? I'm in the comments. What's going on over here, y'all? What y'all got to say about this? Okay, Jamie says, the terminal being the transcript background. Yes, yes, yes. Kelly says, weird, I got prayers and I don't know what to tell him. Maybe should have done better. Okay, what you got over here? Kendra says, at Ryan, great comeback comment. Okay, well, we got Kendra Walker says, at Spartacus, hearts and smart. Be quiet, please, says Jay. Alexis says, you need YouTube Premium. If you do. Tin Jim says, hello, Kendra. Casey says, Big U is a real shady cat. Thank you, Casey, for staying on topic and knowing what we're doing. Brock says, broccoli. What we got here? Bosses wear swim shorts. Okay, Jay. What we got? Casey says, Big U, good luck with that. Yeah, you know I had to bring it up for my hip hop guys. Emo says, dude wants a pardon, and he trying to get it from Trump. Rico and racketeering. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that, buddy. You got a better chance of getting him to let some illegal migrants come over the border. Y'all appreciate the content. Double tap the screen, because we still got it. A gang more in the clip. Right now, we got this former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut. He's been arrested for, an incident that happened in 2020 with a bar explosion. He paid some people some dough to pour some gas. They got it all on video. And the people, they telling it because they got locked up. And the person that got his place set on fire, he's actually coming out of the woodwork too. This dude is from the Turkey Leg Hut. I don't know if you guys know anything about this. Houston, step to the front of the congregation, please, Houston. Check this out.
Developments in the saga of a once popular Houston restaurant. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Hernandez.
Adam Andy Sirota, KPRC2 was the first this afternoon to report indictments against the former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut. Lindell Price was arrested Thursday on multiple charges, accused of paying someone to burn down a business partner's restaurant. Our Bryce Newberry was in the courtroom this afternoon for Price's appearance. Bryce, what have we learned?
Yeah, Andy and Lisa, we know that fire happened nearly 5 years ago at bar 5015 in the Museum District. And today, Lynn Price, who is the former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut, the co-owner, he has been accused of orchestrating and paying others to start that fire. He was arrested yesterday, a source tells me, during a traffic stop after he left his girlfriend's house in the Katy area. And when they took him into custody, that source says that he was in tears. Take a look at this video we have from that fire that happened back in June of 2020. People nearby say that they felt an explosion when that happened, and surveillance video captured masked men pouring fluids around the bar before it went up in flames. Buildings and homes near that scene also had damage, and according to the federal indictment just unsealed, Lynn Price conspired and paid others to burn the place down. Armani Williams and John Lee Price, who is not related to Lynn, allegedly bought gasoline, gas cans, and face coverings at a truck stop, and then they drove to the bar early in the morning back in June of 2020 and started that fire. 3 minutes after the fire ignited, the indictment alleges that Lynn Price got a call that the arson was complete. He allegedly paid them later that day, and federal prosecutors allege that Lynn Price targeted a former co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut and his own business partner, all for financial gain. So John Lee Price, who allegedly started and got paid for that fire, and his attorney just spoke with us outside of court this afternoon.
Now, do you see why I'll be having to show y'all all this stuff? Because it's like, how can I not show that clip? How could they actually pouring the gasoline out? Y'all, come on now. Tell the truth. Where y'all getting this at? Yeah, you could have found it by yourself, but you would have been searching like crazy because your timeline ain't nothing like mine. Go ahead and double tap that screen if y'all appreciate this content. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
This is a classic example of being very mindful of the company that you keep. Sometimes the company that you keep can get you in trouble. We look forward to looking into the charges, investigating the charges, and ensuring that Mr. John Lee Price's rights are protected.
So now you guys, y'all wondering, why you keep on doing this, why you keep on showing us stuff like this. Why? Because it's going on in y'all states. I don't live in Houston, I live in New York. We already got our craziness going on over here. I could play New York nonsense all day if I wanted to. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna keep on going right now because this right here is another sad one. The family of London Thomas has finally found her body, and they think that it has something to do with her boyfriend. So yeah, everybody that knows anything about this story, I want you guys to see this right here. I want to bring closure to situations. I want to make sure that stories that are not getting heard are being heard here, and that's why we keep doing what we're doing. We got to keep on moving, y'all. Let's go.
Starts right now with a breaking news alert.
We begin with that breaking news, a tragic update to a story we've been following for weeks. Family of London Thomas tells us the 17-year-old's body has been found. It's been 3 weeks since London was last seen. 7 News Detroit reporter Tiara Braddock live in Southfield for us tonight. And Tiara, lots of questions remain tonight.
Batty, come on, Batty. Detroit, I'm so sorry about this, but it happened.
Yeah, that's right, Whitney. And London's mom texted me about an hour and a half ago saying that her daughter was, quote, "It's true, she's gone." Now, just a sad situation. London, only 17 years old, and sources tell us that her body was found in Southfield near the area of 8 Mile and Telegraph. Now, this information is just preliminary, and so I want everyone to keep that in mind. We've been following this case for weeks now. She went missing on April 5th from Inkster. Police, family, and even complete strangers have been searching for her. Last week, police raided the home of London's boyfriend, which is in Inkster. Now, that's where she was last seen. Police have confirmed the 23-year-old is a person of interest in London's disappearance. We spoke to London's dad a few weeks ago at one of the search parties. Hear what he had to say about his daughter.
London is my best friend. She's a good kid. She's very talented. She's down to earth. Everybody love her. She do hair, makeup. She's well known. She's a little artist. She like to rap and dance and sing.
Just a very sad situation. Now, we are still trying to find out more details about exactly what's surrounding her death and where she was found. But once we figure out that information, we'll be sure to make sure everyone knows online and
Yes, I'm going to keep you guys up to date as much as possible. And again, the reason why we do this is because that video only got 54,000 views. Not that many people is showing what's going on. So we do it over here because we have a demo and we got people that want to see stuff like that. Not everybody, but it's very important. And our hearts go out to that family and London as well. Rest in peace. Okay, you guys, I can't believe it, but something that we would never do when we were younger, messing around with the post office box, messing around with stuff that can get you federal jail time. All gloves are off right now. I can't believe it, but these young YNs, which they call young Iggers right now, anytime you guys hear YN, that's what it stands for because they out here going crazy. These adolescents are doing the craziest stuff to the United States Postal Service. They're trying to steal master keys to get into the mailbox to steal identity as well as your checks and more. And they pulling out guns in Atlanta and they're not playing. So you guys got to be real careful because this is what they're doing now. They don't even care about trying to break into the mailbox later. They breaking directly into it now. Like they wait till the post office man come and they steal his key.
Playing out right in front of homes, and you may not even realize that you're a target until it's too late. 11 Live consumer investigative reporter Liza Lucas reveals how a single key can unlock a criminal's payday at the mailbox.
Criminals coming for your mail.
Someone just put a gun on my U.S. postal carrier.
Thieves are not just stealing checks, they're pulling guns on postal workers.
Some breaking news at this hour. Atlanta police investigating after a postal worker was robbed in broad daylight in Buckhead this afternoon.
The surge in thefts and attacks led the U.S. Postal Service and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service to launch Project Safe Delivery, following an 845% increase in mail carrier robberies from 2019 to 2023. From Kennesaw to Smyrna, Decatur to Atlanta, 11 Alive News investigates reviewed incident reports and police body cam video, finding a concerning pattern. Criminals targeting post offices and mail carriers for a key.
He had the gun right here. Give me the keys. I cut off the trunk and handed him the keys, thinking he wanted those. He said, "No, I don't want those. I want the keys to the mailbox."
Wow.
We're talking about arrow keys, master keys that unlock everything from collection boxes to package lockers to community mailboxes, sometimes giving criminals access to entire zip codes.
All you have to have as a criminal is just one key, and then you have access to hundreds of thousands of envelopes.
David Maimon, a cybersecurity expert and criminology professor at Georgia State University, has tracked check fraud on the dark web for years.
We realized that the criminals were essentially targeting USPS collection boxes using arrow keys that they robbed from mail carriers.
Yep, adolescents out there wilding out right now. I know they got follow-up and they got plans of what they're gonna do and all of that, but we just want to make you aware, because don't think that it can just happen from your mail being stolen. In Atlanta, they running up on the mail carrier. What y'all got to say about this right here? I'm in the comments. Okay, what we got? Rena Brown says, oh my God, it's not even safe for the mailman or mailwoman. Nope. And back in the day, we would never, nobody ever think about doing nothing stupid like that. Marissa says they know that they're minors, law can't touch them. That's federal right there, Marissa. Choo Choo says Mo. Okay, Choo Choo says that's why there's so much evidence, but none of, okay. Libertarian Justice says, and the family. Well, we got so sad said, yes, that's so sad for that family, right? So sad for London's family. Norton says, God is a spirit, not a man. Okay, Norton, what we got here? What else we got? We got Batty Lynn, so sad, Inkster, is very dangerous. Yeah, it is. Spartacus says, I hope they find her. No, they found her. Yeah, they found her, but she wasn't alive. What else we got? Says, that's a disgusting comment. What else we got? Kendra says, prayers are going up. Thank you, Kendra. Okay, why was a 17-year-old allowed to date a 23-year-old dude? That's what I want to know about her, about London. That's right. And her father was around. He should have known better than that. Okay, Jesus Christ is fake, says Norton, and you out of here. Boom! Out of here. People like that. VIP Auction Group says, my condolences. Thank you so much, you guys. Now, we got to keep on going, because yes, it's not over. I told you guys, we got some teens, the ones that ride around on the pedal bikes, the ones that be in all those convoys and acting crazy. Guess what they're doing in Los Angeles now? Teens attack a couple after ransacking the LA Ralphs. These teens get together, like I said, they be on bicycles, they run around wreaking havoc to businesses as well as citizens. LA right now, guess what? You're a sanctuary city. So even if they get caught, they getting out of jail. So that's why they doing stuff like this. I want you guys to see this right here. I told you we had a lot going on today. Our bottom line is overloaded. I had a lot to get off and we still rolling. So let's go. Come on.
Disturbing attack and robbery over the weekend. Dozens of teenagers on bikes swarm a grocery store, grabbing everything in sight. They then target a couple on the way out. It happened near the USC campus. And tonight, one of the victims is speaking out about the terrifying experience.
KTLA's Sandra Mitchell is live in University Park with more on the latest case of mayhem, believed to be linked to other similar robberies across the city. Sandy.
Cher, there were about 30 to 40 teenagers involved in this incident. They actually swarmed that Ralph store just behind us. They were grabbing alcohol on their way out. It was scary. It was violent. And tonight we have the crazy video.
Just go. Go.
Terrifying moments for a couple trapped in their cars, surrounded by rowdy teenagers throwing rocks, taunting them.
Saying things like, oh, you guys gay? And then it turned into homophobic slurs and screaming and yelling, and then they started throwing themselves at the car, hitting the car, throwing bottles.
It happened Saturday at the Ralph store on Vermont and Adams near USC. A swarm of teenagers on bikes rushed the store.
Oh, he's stealing, and we see a bunch of teenagers running with their shirts carrying a bunch of bottles.
The teens ignored security orders and released pepper spray.
There was so much pepper spray in the air that everyone in the store was coughing, sneezing, hiding their face under their shirt.
When Ryan and his husband slipped out of the store, the teens targeted them.
Watch out!
Back in January, in the mid-Wilshire area, the driver of a Mercedes was surrounded by a group of teens on bikes, the car vandalized. LAPD now says the same teens could be linked to other crimes, including kicking and beating a person on the ground near Beverly Hills in February, and looting of 7-Elevens in Pico Robertson and Anaheim.
Our window is broken, our windshield has a crack through it, both of our doors are dented, and there's like a dent with paint damage.
Benson says the damage to his car will cost thousands to repair, and so far, Nobody's been arrested.
I see people in the comments that's saying that the kids, they're just going to get right out. Nobody's doing nothing about it. I see you guys. I already looked at your comments. I see what you guys are saying. But I wanted you guys to see what was going on. Pretty crazy, but this is normal. Soon shouldn't have stayed out of schools and law with the Jill's Nay stuff. Okay, Kendra says, you got 198 people, and we got 93 likes. Go ahead and get those likes up, guys. Choo Choo says, this happens when you have a weak party in charge of your community. That's true, Choo Choo. Thank you so much. You're right. Timnagen says 30 to 40 teens. Oh, wow. Oh, no. You're enjoying the content. Double tap that screen, please, says Kendra. And moving on like a moving Sopranos. You know the Sopranos from HBO? When they would come in and say, hey, somebody broke your windows. We got a window company here. You guys want to get your windows fixed by us? Yeah. Business, how they kind of strong arm you in business. So yes, in a move just like the Sopranos from HBO, these shifty businessmen that own paving companies find ways to take advantage of unsuspecting business owners with asphalt scams like this one right here. Oh, your ground is messed up. You need your asphalt fixed. We got some extra asphalt. We're going to give you a deal. How much? Real cheap. Now watch this.
Much more about a supposed asphalt deal gone wrong. Remember this? We told you about it on Tuesday.
Workers intentionally pushed this huge pile of asphalt up against the front doors of a Moore gas station, trapping the owners inside, following an apparent disagreement between the store and the paving company. But
Oklahoma, step to the front of the building. Come on, OKC. Come on.
now, the store's owner tells us there was no deal at all between the two.
Rather, she says it was a plan to try to extort them out of thousands. As News 4's Tanner De Leon found out, situations like this are not uncommon here in Oklahoma.
We are now hearing from the owner of OK Stop gas station and Moore of exactly what happened that turned this brand new paved parking lot into the mess that you see today in just a matter of minutes. The owner tells us they were worried for their life, which is why they're wanting to raise awareness about the company that did this so no one else falls victim like they did.
It happened so fast. We couldn't do anything.
Something that seemed too good to be true was. Lisa Huang owns OK Stop and Moore, and she says on Tuesday afternoon, Done Right Paving came by, saying they had extra asphalt and could pave their parking lot at a low price.
We need to know in advance how much is the cost. And he say he just had a little leftover asphalt, and it wouldn't cost much to us.
She says before they knew it, a crew with a truckload of asphalt started getting to work without agreeing to anything.
30 minutes later, they finished overlaying the parking lot. And he told me now it's $12,000 for the installation cost.
Once they refused to pay, that is when Huang says things became hostile.
When he realized we won't pay, he rushed out the door, used equipment scraping the whole parking lot back, and put a big chunk of asphalt against the front door, trapping our family inside the business. And we were so scared.
Sadly, this isn't the first time this has happened in Oklahoma.
It's something that we are aware of.
Larry Patrick with the Oklahoma Asphalt Paving Association says they represent 95% of the asphalt companies in the state. He tells me it's not uncommon to see out-of-state companies try to do this.
These individuals will come in, go to an asphalt plant, and they'll buy a dump truck load of asphalt, and they'll pay cash, and then they just go out roaming around trying to find an individual or somebody.
Patrick says they see this happen every few years.
Usually they're from up north. It's still too cold to do anything up there, but they'll come down here and kind of prey on some of the Oklahomans here in the state.
This company, Done Right Paving, is based out of Montana. Since Tuesday, we've been calling and emailing them, but have not heard back. More police say they are still investigating, but Huang wants to make sure others know about this before it's too late.
Damn, yo, that's crazy right there. They took advantage of her, and then they did, like I said, the Sopranos. They dumped all the asphalt right by the front door. She's going to have to take them to court or do something to deal with that, because I don't think the police are going to do too much when it comes down to the criminal charges. That's that's crazy, right? Timogen says, Done Right Paving, that's the company name. It's time for a name change. Benjamin to Maryland, we got plenty of work. What else you got, y'all? Benjamin says, so now he's going to pay for the material damage and probably a lawsuit. Dumb. Kendra said, go ahead, y'all double tap that screen. Natalie Georgievich says, seen this scam with sidewalks. It's been happening for years. Kelly says, kids better stop FA or they will FO. You already know, y'all. Y'all already know. We got to keep on going now because let me ask you a question. What if you find out that a grown woman beat up your child, your 11-year-old? What would you do? If you find out that a grown woman was like this on top of your 11-year-old in the playground, just pounding her in the face, what would you do? Because it happened in Canton. A woman that attacked an 11-year-old, in a public park. Check this out, you guys. I want you guys to see this one because I don't know what y'all would do, but I wouldn't be able to do the bottom line anymore because I have on them silver bracelets. Let's keep on going, you guys. Y'all appreciate the content. Let's go.
On to other news of the day and new information on a story we've been following all week. A grown woman beating a child at a local park. We've got the body cam
Got some
video
terrible
showing
audio
a
too,
shocking
buddy.
confrontation
Terrible.
between the little girl's mother and the 19-year-old who allegedly beat her. Stephen Hernandez has that story.
Terrible audio.
Yeah, she needs to shut the f up before she gets smashed.
Canton police releasing shocking new video today of the moment they arrested Destiny Scott, but not before she said all of this.
Look at her laughing and smiling. Just know people are coming after you. No people are coming after you.
The charge, felonious assault
Look at her
for
lip.
allegedly attacking an 11-year-old at a local park. In the new footage, you can hear a child sobbing as officers give directions to the victim's family.
Go down by our car and we'll have the medics meet you down there, okay?
According to police, the attack happened last Friday at a park on Clark Avenue Southwest. The child's mother, Paige DeShong, told officers Scott got into a fight with the 11-year-old and repeatedly slammed her head off the metal portion of a slide.
And was stomping my daughter. That grown big lady.
Police later confront Scott, letting her know they've seen the video of that assault.
What if I told you it's all on video and I just watched
I don't
it?
care.
So you're gonna be under arrest. Stand up
See,
and
I
put your hands on
told
your
you,
back.
bro.
Scott is handcuffed and placed in a cruiser, but not before this happens.
And I hope your daughter dies.
Watch yourself in my car up.
Go ahead, hit. Stop! Hey!
She got her.
Amidst the chaos, DeShong was also arrested and faces charges for obstruction. As for Scott, she's set to face a judge next Monday. It's also a court case Scott commented on when she was arrested.
Oh, I'll die in jail and you'll make sure of it.
Stephen.
So she had the nerve to say she hoped the daughter DIE, right? The mother said, you know what? Let me let you get one for the road. Pow! Caught her right in the mouth. She said, you know what? Go ahead and lock me up. I had to hit her at least one time. Go ahead. So she rocked her right in the mouth. Bam! Y'all missed that one, right? What else we got here? Let's make America great again. What we got? Alder says, drop the obstruction charges, right? And Darius says, drop the obstruction charges, right? Because of what she said. She better be right with God because she would be meeting him. I don't dial 911. Tenogen says, yeah, diamonds. Glad I don't have children, Kendra Walker said, because I would literally be under federal prison about an adult putting their hands on my child. Instead of talking to me about the situation? Not me. Wait a minute. Who else we got? What else we got here? Edward says $1,000 for overlay. Good deal, actually. Okay, where is the low? Okay, Chris says get a group of girls from the hood I grew up with. That's what you do. You get a jump, right? That's what you do. Chad C says love it when they say hit me and then bam! Love when they ask for it. CB says, oh, most definitely. Why that big back even playing on that slide? Okay, guys. We got some great news. This one is a good one. We've got a toddler who wandered 7 miles away in the wilderness. His family didn't know where he was at. His mother was looking for him. Next thing you know, they come outside because she was taking care of the 1-year-old and she's calling for him and he wasn't answering. So she's like, where is he? She walks to the front of the house, gone. And I'm telling you, this is a toddler. He wandered 7 miles away through the wilderness. And he was reunited, guess by who? By a damn range dog who brought him to safety. This is why this guy right here loves dogs more than people, because they ain't got no damn pockets. I love dogs, especially this dog right here. And this dog should eat steaks and have the best house and the best, most comfortable rest of his life in the world if I was the father of this baby. Check this out.
Everyone, tonight only on 12 News, the heartwarming reunion between a little boy who went missing and the hero ranch dog who saved him.
The incredible story unfolded between Seligman and Kingman 1 week ago today, where the toddler wandered through the wilderness.
12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra was there for the reunion and has a look at how Buford is being honored.
A moment of peace between a boy and a dog.
This was a story of faith on my side.
They didn't know each other 1 week ago, but now the pair shares a story that's been heard around the world.
He was actually going on a journey that we never thought was possible.
2-year-old Bowden Allen wandered away from his home in Seligman, unknowingly headed on the adventure of a lifetime.
Rough terrain, rocks, trees everywhere. It's very easy to hide.
The toddler walked 7 miles, avoiding wild animals and major injuries along the way.
We saw lots of coyotes, and there are places that he could have fallen and gotten hurt.
The Yavapai County Search and Rescue Team were out on foot, on 4x4s, and up in the air searching for Bowden through light and dark for 16 hours.
He is a very lucky young man.
Luckily, Bowden had someone protecting him.
I could see how he was kept warm all night.
Buford, the Anatolian Pyrenees, found the boy sleeping under a tree and guided him to the Dutton Ranch.
He definitely walked the whole way, and it was crazy. And I got Buford with him for a mile.
Damn.
And I got in the rocks and I lost his track, but he was with him for at least a mile from my house. So.
In the week since the rescue, gifts for Buford have showed up on the Dutton's doorstep.
Toys, chew toys, snacks, you name it. It's just a little bit of everything.
And rewards for this good boy are still coming.
For all that he did in bringing this young man home.
The search and rescue team made Buford an honorary member and even gave him this vest to prove it.
It's very rewarding to our members when a search is successful, and people aren't really focused on who found him. They're just glad that they were found.
Things are back to normal for the Allen family.
He's just active. He's just exploring all the time.
But they'll never forget how this ranch dog saved their little boy.
I just look at a miracle and I'm never going to forget it, so I'm living that every day.
Near Kingman, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
All right, y'all. Y'all already know how we do over here. We don't be on that BS. We got the good stories, too, talking about, oh, why you only story stuff? I want to know what you guys have to say about that right there, yo. Tina Jen says, a happy ending to a story. We got Jewel G says, animals are majestic. Natalie Georgievich said, that kid was any younger. Man, that's an angel. There you go. Money Tree says, good morning, Kendra. Okay, we got what's happening. What we got? We got Trump is the reason. What else we got over here? What's going on? Y'all not seeing this crazy story? That baby is blessed to be alive. Edward says, you're a dog lover. Knew there was a reason I subscribed. Edward, I love dogs more than people. Money Tree says, hey peeps, I'm late. Pride says, Mike, one chance you take it or leave it. Kendra says, one own 3, and they're my children. Kendra says she got 3 and they're her children. There you go, Kendra. Orlando says he wants to ease up on them tears because he's losing the trade war, and you know it, guy. Yeah, y'all, how y'all like that story like that? Y'all like that last story? Animals are smart and great. What else y'all got? Pig Daddy says, pigs have always been dogs, separate from wolves. Dogs are no doubt angels given to us by God. There you go. Pride says, Trump, let's make America great again. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys appreciate the show. Y'all already know how we get down over here at Our Bottom Line. Yes, we call it Our Bottom Line because sometimes it's an hour plus. And that's what we do over here. We appreciate you guys so much. And guess what? If you appreciate the content, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, we at that point where I want to let you guys know if y'all trying to make some money, Go into the comments right now. Go into the description area right there, description. Y'all gonna see some surveys. There's up to $500 worth of surveys today. You make money, I make money too. Also, if you guys got a business, you can send in your flyers to bridgethisllc@gmail.com, and we will make sure to share and let your promotions be up in the post section so everybody here can see what you got going on. Also, I'm moving out today so I can go ahead and get this ready, get these locations lined up so that we can do what? The Show Your Talent search. That's right, you guys, go to www.drinkbigdrip.com, 2 G's, 2 P's, sign up to be a part of the talent show. I don't care what you do. If you're talented, I want to see it, because if you're in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, or Staten Island, I'm giving you $250 for whoever has the best talent, and I want to see it, so come show it. After we finish all of the boroughs, we come to one location where one lucky winner is going to win $1,000 in cash. All of this is cash, you guys, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch, grape, raspberry, 14% alcohol by volume, y'all. Go check that out, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Once we do New York, I'm coming to all y'all other states, because we've been chatting for too long. I'll be in Detroit, coming to Atlanta, coming to LA, coming to Miami, Chicago. Let's do it. Can't wait to meet all of you guys, because I'm going to be there. And y'all already know. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all have a healthy day. Enjoy that sun out there. Get you some water. Also understand that problems present opportunities. Don't get caught up on the problem all the time. God brought us here and woke us up this morning to keep on pushing and making that problem no problem. So we're going to keep on moving, you guys, and I thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Hope you enjoyed the show. We put in a lot of work. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member, and y'all already know it. Like I already told you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, our bottom line. Get 'em! 1. Peace.